Aloha, welcome back to the HIbiscus Ohana kitchen. Today we are making a fish curry with some potatoes and lentils. So follow along with us and tell us what you think. Ready? Yeah. So the first thing to do is we're going to cook our lentils on the side. So we're going to measure out 1 cup of lentils. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to cook our lentils. It's going to be about a half a cup of lentils we're going to cook for this meal, but I'm going to cook a whole cup because I'm going to use half for something else later. So we got our lentils in our pot and we're gonna give it a wash to get all of the extra skin and anything else that's on there off. So after you wash your lentils, you just want to put an excess amount of water over it, because it's gonna absorb a lot of it. And we're just gonna throw it on the stove and cook it on medium for anywhere until it's tender. So it can be around 15 to 20 minutes. Okay. Next, we're gonna prepare our potatoes. So we got some yellow potatoes here, golden potatoes, and I'm going to cut it small into maybe 1-inch cubes so that they cook faster. And I'm not waiting around too long because the fish doesn't take too long to cook. We're using opa to make our fish curry. So I'm just making it into about 1-inch squares. And just set aside in a bowl. All right, ready? All right, next we're gonna cut our tomatoes. You can use tomato sauce if you want, but I like to use fresh tomatoes and then blend it into my curry. And with this dish, we are going to use 4 of the opa that I talked about. We like opa because it's a very meaty tasting fish. It's not very fishy tasting, especially if you pre-fry it first. It tends to get all that fishy taste off. Right, so opa is a cheaper fish also. It's a white fish and it's very delicious. We get ours frozen from Costco. Right, our last tomato. So you can just leave, after we cut all this, we can just leave. I'm just gonna leave it on my cutting board because I'm not cutting anything else to make this dish a little faster. I am using frozen veggies. I am using frozen bell pepper, onion, and bell pepper and onion mix, as well as a fire roasted vegetable mix, which I'll show you when we put it into our pot. All right. Okay, here are our opa fillets, opa cuts, and I'm just gonna cut it into cubes. It was previously frozen. I thawed it out in under water, and now I am cutting it into cubes. Okay, just use the cutting board now, and I'm gonna wash my hands, and we're going to get this in the pot. All right, my pot is hot. It's already heated. I got it heated on medium high. I'm just gonna use about 2 tablespoons of olive oil, and I'm gonna toss in my fish, and we're gonna fry it until it's a little brown. This helps get rid of the fishy flavor. Just lightly move your spoon under the fish. It'll unstick once it develops a little bit of a browning on one side. If you force it, your fish will easily break apart. There we go. Loosen it up. Alright, come around nicely. Now that we got a little bit of color on all of the pieces, we're gonna take the fish off and set it aside. Now that we got it all out, I'm going to add another tablespoon of oil, and then we're going to stir fry our vegetables. And then I got a cup of fire roasted vegetables. And a cup of onions and bell pepper mix. Stir fry this until it's soft. And then we're gonna after we stir fry this, we're gonna add in our butter, our butter and our curry seasoning. Then we're gonna add our water. Okay, this pot we're gonna add half a stick of butter. Well, actually, about 1 stick of butter. There, we're gonna add 1 stick of butter and about half a tablespoon of curry powder. Don't like it too strong. If you like curry a lot, you can add more. Well, now as well as this cooking, we're gonna add in our potatoes. Sorry, we're gonna add in our tomatoes. As soon as the tomatoes come tender, we will be adding in our water, then blending. And that has been about 5 minutes after we added our tomatoes. I'm gonna add about 4 cups of water. And then we're just gonna let it cook for another about 3 minutes. And we're gonna hit it with the immersion blender until smooth. Again, now it has been cooking for another 3 to 4 minutes. Everything looks like it's been softened up, and I'm gonna use my immersion blender to blend everything into one smooth soup. Reason why I can say I do this is so that my kids can eat their veggies, and this is the way that I hide it from them. Yeah. She don't lift up too high because you can splash and burn yourself with this hot liquid here. Okay. And after about 3 to 4 minutes of blending, everything seems to be smooth in there. Now I'm going to add about a 1/4 cup of yogurt. And I'm using Greek yogurt to add to it. Then we're gonna blend it in. So after about 45 seconds to a minute of blending, everything should be well incorporated. Now I'm going to add back my fish and add in my potatoes. There's my fish. Now my potatoes. Just a little stir in there. And then we're going to cook it on medium high for about 25 minutes until the potatoes are tender. Right. Okay, it's been cooking for about 25 to 30 minutes to soften up our potatoes. Now we're gonna add our salt and pepper to taste. So I'm initially gonna add about 3 teaspoons of salt. And a little bit of pepper. Stir, and we're gonna taste it. Another teaspoon, and should be good for us here to our liking. And this is our fish and potato curry. We have our lentils made on the side that we're going to serve it on the side in ours. You can mix it into it. Yeah, you'll see it once we're plated. Fish curry on here, and tomato and potato soup base on there. And on top of it, you're going to serve our lentils. This is our fish curry, the potatoes and lentils over rice. So, what do you think?
Gosh, I'll work with it.